Today I want to show you how to make fruit leather. I've tried this many times over the years with these plastic trays, but they always stick and they make a mess, and it takes me hours to chisel them out, and they're all damaged from using a knife or a spatula to scrape out the fruit leather. So I had a friend who made it for her kids regularly, and my daughter said it was really good, so I called her and asked her what her trick was, and she said they actually do it in the oven on saran wrap. And I said, so could you do that on a fruit leather dehydrator the same way? She said, I'm pretty sure. So after that, I put a bunch of fruit in the blender. You can see this one's a really rich color. It had more blueberries in it. This one had more peaches in it. There's pineapple, bananas, peaches, mango, watermelon, blueberries. I just made different flavors out of what I had in my freezer. I was trying to consolidate all the frozen fruit that I had. Oh, plums. So some of these have more plums, some of them have more lighter colored fruit in them. I kind of liked them without any sweetener, but my daughter wanted more sweetness. So this batch actually has honey. Probably maybe 2 tablespoons to a blender of honey, and she actually said, wow, these are sweet. So, you know, mess with it. Try a few trays before you go all out and use all your fruit, so that you know what sweetness you like. Personally, I kind of liked it without the sweetness, but that's just me. You could use the saran wrap on top of these little fruit leather trays. However, I thought they would dry faster and quicker with just using the regular Teflon fruit trays that I use for all my fruit. So there's these ones that I've made out of plastic canvas, and then there's these original ones that you can purchase at a lot larger cost. I don't see any difference other than these ones fit the entire thing, these ones don't. But the saran wrap isn't that wide anyway, so it really doesn't matter which one you use. You could purchase the extra wide saran wrap and fill the entire trays. I don't think it would really matter too much. The only problem I had with the flat trays, instead of using these are curled up in the inside. I don't know if, yeah, right there, you can see that. And at the edges, so that, if you can see the edges. Anyway, there's a little bit of a lip on them so that the fruit mixture does not, fall over the edge. Sorry, I got a little plastic on there. It kind of looks weird as it dehydrates because of the wrinkles in the saran wrap. These little lines are from the saran wrap bubbling up. You can see. Make sure you wash your hands before you ever touch this stuff. Basically, I put all the fruit in the blender from the freezer container, blended it up, added the lemon, added the honey, used the blender, then just poured it directly on the saran wrap. Now, how I put the saran wrap on, you can see I have a piece of tape on here. Basically, I just took it over the edges and taped it like this so that it's flatter. The flatter it is, the better, because when you have folds, the plastic gets stuck inside. Right here's an example. The plastic gets stuck when it's folded, and then you have to break the thing to get the plastic off. But, and this is not quite dry all the way, it's a little thicker right there, but I just wanted to show you the difference. So the edges are a little bit more dry, and they're a little bit more crispy. You can see that breaks quite crisply, but it is a little sticky still, so it is pliable, especially when you're rolling it inside the plastic. The centers are going to be a little bit thicker. I did these crisscross. I did one this way, one this way, one this way, one this way. So that one is this way, this one is this way, so that the air will circulate a little bit better. Then once it's halfway through, I rotate the trays, top ones to the bottom ones to the top. It doesn't really matter if you have some of the older Nesco ones that I've used have the heat element from the bottom. Some of them, like the one I'm using right now, is the top mount, which are the newer ones. I have used either. I've used ones without a temperature gauge. I've used the ones with. I've used the Excalibur. I've used all sorts. This is my favorite because I can keep the trays from the older one if the motor goes out or the element, and then I can just purchase a new top and keep all the trays, and I still have all the plastic trays and everything, because that can get expensive. I also like it because you can add more trays. You can have up to 21 trays, whereas on the Excalibur you can't. So watch my video that I have on my channel about the comparing of the two. Also, Excalibur's quite expensive, whereas these are, you know, I think I got this one on sale for $120 or less. Actually, I think it was a little less than that because it was on a end of the season harvest sale or something. So with the fruit leather, try and spread it evenly. I use a spoon or a spatula to get it even. Halfway through, it takes about 20 hours, 24 hours, just under 24 hours on 130 degrees or so. And so you can set a timer on your dehydrator if you have to leave, or once you make it once, you kind of get an idea. Okay, so the plastic wrap is taped to the bottom, and once it's dry, you just take the tape off and you start rolling. So like this one's getting a little cooler, but even while you just start rolling and you just take it off, and you can store them in a Tupperware container. I suggest Tupperware. Watch my blog, go to my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and type in Tupperware. I've been dehydrating for over 25 years, and I got those little fruit moths that they could get into everything, and so I describe on there why I like Tupperware best. But then I would roll it up and I put it in a Tupperware. Baggies, they can eat through the baggies, and so I never leave anything in the cupboards in baggies, just because I've known so many people that have had problems with the little moths. So then you just roll them up, leave them in the plastic, and then the kids can take them out and snack on them. You can, if they get crumbly at the edges, if you want them to look pretty, so you want them to look like a real fruit roll-up, you can take them to the edge, where a straighter edge, and fold them over, and then just trim them off, so that, or you could even roll the entire thing up, take some scissors and just chop the edges off, and that would make it look like a real fruit roll-up, and the kids might not be embarrassed that it's Mom's brand. But I think they're quite good without the honey, but you can add the honey. It does make it a little bit more sticky to get off, especially if it gets underneath the saran wrap. Sometimes you can see it's a little sticky right there. You just have to peel it up more carefully, but that is due to the honey. So, but it does make it sweeter, and the kids seem to like it better with a little bit of sweetener. Anyway, that's how you do fruit leather. Check out my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, for dehydration tips on almost everything. I dehydrate pretty much everything. And I have some tips that make things a lot quicker than most people, because I've been doing it for so long. So hopefully you enjoy this video and you enjoy my blog, and look forward to having you watch another video. Thanks.